Hitmen, sometimes they take fall on behalf of the hit orderers in order to protect. And lastly, the chain of this organogram is long. For instance, you will get hit orderer. Sometimes it's not one hit orderers, they are together, 2 or 3, because they've got one common objective. You get a coordinator. Coordinator can be divided into 2. Coordinator that knows the hitman, coordinator that will deal with resources, because sometimes hitmen, they don't come with resources. They tell you that for me to execute this job, you need to give me firearms. You need to get me vehicles. And others will say, I come with my firearms, but whatever that you charge me will be double. It's a profession to them. That's what we are trying to dismantle as PKTT. The past 7 years that I've been with the PKTT, we have experienced 3 attacks. But in those 3 attacks, I thank God even today that there were no casualties. The first one happened in 2019 when our team was traveling from southern side of the KZN, where they were investigating a politically related cases, and they came under fire at night. They were able to survive that, even though 2 of them, they were shot, but at the lower part of their bodies. The second one and the third, they happened actually in the same month. This was in 2022, December. The first one happened in Phoenix. The team was busy with the observation, and shockingly so, the victim in this followed the team up until the team reached a garage. And when they were at the garage, the victim started opening fire on our members. It was 4 members of the PKTT. And luckily, they managed to neutralize the victim, which is normal. The third incident, on that one as well, 2 of our members, 3 members were shot, but luckily no fatalities. On the third one, which is the bizarre one, the team was busy with investigation at Msinga, and as they left the police station, going up the mountains of Msinga, a vehicle started following them. And they could see that this vehicle is following them. And they accelerated, but the vehicle continued to accelerate up until they arrived at a certain point, and the passenger drew a firearm, a pistol, and started shooting at the members. Members were able to return fire, and 2 of them were shot, but then not fatally. One inference that could be drawn, and it's a proven fact, is that on all 3 attacks, commissioners, a hand of a police officer was detected. The matter of 2019, there was an R5 that was used. R5 is carried or allocated to police SAPS. And then on the other 2, definitely the member that shot our PKT members at Phoenix, he was a member of SAPS. On the one of Msinga, which I said bizarre, the driver of the suspect vehicle was a police officer. The passenger was a member of the public. And that's the member of the public that actually drew a firearm and shot at our members. And then when we conducted the investigation, the firearm he shot us with, it's a police firearm. That means a police officer handed the firearm to a member of the public to shoot them. So out of all this, because of combat being part and parcel of the team, we were able to win that particular attacks. So far, we know that police are being attacked and police are dying. maybe one should make an example of detectives that were traveling with a suspect in Gauteng, and I think it's 2-3 months back. And then the particular suspect from court, how he managed to get the firearm and shoot and kill the 2 police officers, we don't know. But then for us to have a combat, we try by all means to avoid such. Thank you, Commissioners.
Okay, so very high risk involved in the dockets that the PKTT investigates, is what you're saying.
Very high, and the attacks come in different ways, and there's quite high profile firearms that are being used. The teams are traveling far, wherever they are based. Sometimes they travel about 500 kilometers to a particular crime scene and back. Therefore, you can imagine all type of terrains they are coming, driving through, and the exhaustions and all that. And that's where your enemy actually will strike. But then with combat, and we made it a clear point that combat, you don't drive, so that you can always be alert on the road.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. First and foremost, as I alluded that the cases, sometimes you find that they are old cases. The moment we get the docket, we sit down with all disciplines, all pillars. We sometimes, or as I remember at some point, the project coordinator, then Lieutenant General Khumalo, will call it Isambonyani, meaning we come together. Here is a cow head, and let's see how we enjoy it. We will take statement by statement and analyze it thoroughly. We look at all angles. You take a statement, you've got your call data analyst, you're sitting with your operational analyst, you're sitting with your digital forensic investigator, which is the DFI. You're sitting with your DFO, designated firearm officer, and including then myself, which is combat commander, because at the end of the day, I'm a police officer. I might see things that they don't see. Therefore, we will look at all the statements. If there is things like your call data, vehicle tracker, you sit with statement, you sit with call data, you see what is this person saying versus the call data. Do the two corroborate each other? You're sitting next to the statement, there is a vehicle, a tracker vehicle. Then you look at it, this person says, on the 25th of January, he was in Pretoria. But the tracker is actually placing him in KwaZulu-Natal. Is this person telling us the truth or not? Let's check who was driving the vehicle on the day. You take the call data and you check the call data based on the vehicle, based on what is saying in the statement. And these three needs to talk the same language. We follow on exhibits. Where is the exhibit? They were collected. They were submitted at, be it ballistic, at lab, at question documents, and so forth, scientific. All these disciplines will sit, and we then see how are we going to solve this case. During that process, Commissioners, we have projected, because the nice thing, as I said, in Tlogo Yenkomo, you have projected. We're projecting this statement. What was important is that we then created what we call past 24 hours and next 24 hours. If we give you a tasking today in the morning, we expect within 24 hours we'll get the feedback of such. And that feedback, at the tag job, you have same structure with TACJOC commander, branch commander, detective, analyst, and so forth. They go and implement what we discussed at MAJOC level together. And every morning they send those taskings to MAJOC. MAJOC sits, and then we monitor. We have groups where we check. If we see that what we agreed upon that you go and meet B, why are you starting with A? We said start with B because we picked up that there is some element that were not included on B statement. Put A on standby, go to B first. So all that helped in ensuring that our daily tasking compels you to comply with the instruction, because when you are given a tasking, it's sort of an instruction that go obtain 1, 2, 3. Commissioners, I must say that sometimes it will be difficult because you find that the members are sitting at court because the matter that they are attending, there's a court appearance. Immediately after that, those members, they are not going back to TACJOC. They must continue with the case that is under investigation. And to secure appointments and so forth, other people will tell you that it's 1,600 hours. I'm not there and all that. But to me, as a commander sitting there, I'll tell you that I want my statement. How you get it? See to it. I've given you resources. I've given you a vehicle. I'm protecting you. I've gave you tasking. I want the feedback. Cases were investigated. There's a case that was investigated within 7 days. And that the following Monday, it was at court. That shows the dedication and the instrumental part of having all the disciplines sitting together. Thank you, Commissioner. The 31st of December, one is thinking of family, of having good time and so forth. We never had such luxury anyway in PKTT. We were working. When we came across the letter on social media, I think from the 98 members then that were with the team, all of them were accessing or having accessible access to the social media. Neither of them was at the age whereby I'll say, no, I'm not a social media person. Therefore, commissioners, it struck everyone by it was like a lightning. And me as the major commander, I was receiving all these phone calls. And first thing first that came into my mind is how I'm going to address these members. Because this says with immediate effect. It's the 31st of December. We have already submitted the financial documents for January. And there comes this letter. And I first took a phone and phoned the project coordinator because one of my roles as the MAJOC commander was to liaise, be a liaising officer between the team, the project coordinator, which is General Khumalo, and obviously accounting at the same time to the Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkonazi. But my immediate commander then, it was Lieutenant General Khumalo as the project coordinator. I phoned him and I said, Mpati, ngibone enye indola. Kwenze njani? And he said, Khumalo, I'm sure guys you are shocked. But address the members and tell them that we are dealing with this matter. We don't know how this letter came about because there was no official communication with us. We perhaps think this is not true. Therefore, I then called the commanders because I felt like, let me first talk to the commanders and they go and talk to the members. If the members still don't understand, that's when I will call the whole team. And the comments that I heard from the commanders were not nice. They were, it damaged them. It left scars because there were cases that were remanded beginning of January. There were cases that were on the trial stage. Other members, they were out working on the 31st when this letter surfaced. And if you are sitting with a person of interest, you're sitting with a witness and he sees this, he tells you straight away that and you're trying to contain yourself as a member, but you are unable because this person keeps on saying these things.
Please translate that.
Please get away because there's no business that bring you to be here because this person is referring to this letter. But then I kept on, commissioners, keeping the members abreast in terms of what is happening between head office and myself in terms of communication and if we are leaving or we are not leaving, because General Khumalo put it clear that stay on put while we're addressing the matter. Members were, morale was down. They couldn't take it. Up until, maybe I should extend it, that I even suggested to General Khumalo that, General, could I coordinate that members perhaps get EHW, which is an employee of wellness, to come and address them? Because this, they didn't take it nicely. And General said, before you go there, I will request the provincial commissioner to come and address the team. And indeed, on the 10th of January, General Mkwanazi, it's unfortunate I wasn't there, General Mkwanazi went and addressed the members. And he assured them that you are soldiers on the ground, continue doing policing, investigating by preventing and combating crime. We at the executive level will attend to the letter.
Okay, thanks.
It was not a nice feeling, I must say, Commissioners. Thank you, Colonel. I did so. I'm a very disciplined member of the South African Police Service, and I take instruction so long as the instruction is lawful. If it's an unlawful instruction, I get it from any senior officer, I will never carry out that instruction. Therefore, the instruction I received from General Khumalo was lawful instruction. And I then made phone calls to my 3 TAC job command in court. Others, they wanted to write instruction or so forth, or just maybe the matter was coming up for trial. The prosecutor wanted to familiarize himself with certain aspects. Within 24 hours, members had to try and scan all the dockets. On top of that, I told them that prepare a report so that when this docket goes to head office and that there is questions pertaining certain things, we are able to go to our archives, draw those reports, and able to answer on any queries that will come forth.
Okay.
Indeed, on the 26th,